My name is Paden Clancy Fairbanks, and today I want to talk about submitting an offer on a house as a buyer and just some of the things you should be aware of. We're going to first start with the loan itself. What are some key aspects of getting a loan for real estate and what you should be aware of? Second, we're going to be focused on what is included and not included in a real estate transaction and starting to make sure that you're asking the right questions in that area. And then lastly, I kind of want to yammer just a little bit about the tactics that are involved in submitting an offer and some of the more basic things. And so first things first, this is something that I think that is hugely important. If you're talking to a real estate agent and you're going to buy a house, you need to talk to multiple loan officers because those loan officers are going to a little bit bid over trying to get your loan, or others can get you better loans than so on and such forth. And so let's think about it this way. So you talk to one loan officer and they're like, I can get you a loan for 3.75%, and then they give you everything around that. And your closing costs are going to be right around $10,000. And then you talk to another loan officer that says, hey, I can get you a loan for 3.25%. I can give you a $500 stipend on your closing costs. And then on top of that, your closing costs are only going to be $7,000. Now, obviously, you're going to go with that second lender because they just obviously have a better price. But a huge part of this is making sure that you're talking to those multiple lenders, because if you don't talk to multiples, you're not going to have the opportunity to, one, understand if there is a better deal out there, and two, you're not going to feel as comfortable with the loan that you do get. And so that would be a huge piece of advice that I would give you. If you go out there and you're talking to lenders, make sure you're talking to 2, 3, heck, even 4. Be aware. Don't let them run your credit every single time. That's something to be aware of. Decide on how many times your credit can get run, and it's no big deal. But other than that, absolutely talk to multiple lenders before you buy a house. And when you're ready to put in an offer, make sure you're honed in on one so that you're able to just use that guy and make the process as smooth as possible. Now, okay, going into what's actually included in the offer. Make sure that when you're talking to your real estate agent, they're going to be yammering about you about, okay, we want to make sure the dishwasher is included, we want to make sure the washer and dryer are included, so on and such forth. Now, they can renegotiate. They can send you a counteroffer that says that all that stuff's not included, but make sure in your offer you truly understand what is included and what you are offering for that house. Because what you don't want to happen is for you to buy the house and have the fridge gone, because then it's just going to cause a whole ruckus, and it's just going to cause problems. So when you're going into it, make sure you're asking the real estate agent what are the costs that are going to be involved. And so this is as well where I want to bring up who does pay for the closing costs. Talk to your real estate agent about that. It can be the buyer or the seller in the offer that you put forward. And so, or you can say, I'm going to pay $2,000 of the closing costs, or they're going to pay $2,000 of the closing costs. But those are huge pieces that you need to be aware of. What appliances, what are things in the house that are going to be included, more specifically focused on washer, dryer, dishwasher, so on and such forth. And then on top of that, who's going to pay the closing costs and approximately how much of those closing costs are going to be. And then lastly, another little piece that doesn't get talked about as much as it should is the home warranty. Now, I'm going to say that most real estate agents are going to advise you to have a home warranty. I advise you to have a home warranty at least for that first year, because in my first year, my oven went out, my fridge went out, and my dishwasher went out. And my oven went out after 2 years, and so I had to fix it myself. But the other two, I was able to have a home warranty person come in, and for $50, they fixed it. And it also makes it so that transition between their house coming to your house, you're going to have some warranty in there as well. So if the dishwasher does go out between them selling and the closing process, you're still going to have the ability to get it fixed. And it just takes a little bit of worry out the whole process. And so inside of putting in an offer and being aware, make sure that you're focused on your home warranty, what appliances are included, what items are included in the sale, and then as well, what your sale price is going to be, and who's paying closing costs with that. Okay, and then the last thing I want to talk about is kind of the tactics that go behind when you're buying a house. And so if you have a house that go out on the market yesterday in Utah, and there's, let's say, 10 showings that have happened on it in the first 2 days, and you submit an offer that's $10,000 less, that also on top of that, they are paying closing costs, and you want to include all the appliances, most likely you're not going to get that house, because obviously there's a lot of interest in it, and a lot of the other people are going to be aware of the tactics that are going into trying to buy that house. So people are going to probably ask at cost, probably be giving them a better deal on the closing costs, and then maybe not even wanting all the appliances. But it's going to be really, really hard if you're going to try to go on the lower end of the bid on that. But at the same time, you don't want to pay too much. You don't want to say, I'll pay $15,000 overpriced with me paying all the closing costs, and you can take all the appliances. Because for all you know, I mean, that's just way too much. And so I would be aware of how much you want the house. If you want the house a whole lot, there's going to be tactics that you can talk to your real estate agent about that is going to make it so that you're going to get that house. And it might be paying $1,000 overpriced, and it might be, not paying closing costs. I don't know exactly what that specific scenario is going to look like for that house that you're purchasing, but the tactics involved are going to be different than on a house that we're saying has been on the market for 100 days and has had one showing in the last 2 weeks, and they have no offers on right now. It's just going to be different on the way that you put in an offer. And it all depends as well on how much you actually want the house. And so I would just be hugely aware of those things. So that's mainly what I wanted to talk about today. I wanted to go into make sure you're talking to multiple lenders before you buy a house. I really wanted to explain the fact that you need to be aware of what's included in the sale of your house and what the offer is, what the price is for it, and then as well on top of that, what appliances are included, what are the closing costs, and everything like that. And then lastly, I wanted to go into just be aware that there are tactics in buying a house and what those tactics are. If you're offering a house, if you're trying to buy a house that's been on the market for 1 day with 100 showings that has 4 offers, it's going to be a different tactic than a house that's been on the market for 60 days that's had 1 showing the last week that has no offers. So just be aware of those things, and your real estate agent should absolutely be able to help you with them. Other than that, thanks for watching this video. Let me know if it helped you out. Please give it a like. It would be hugely useful, and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye now.
Once upon a time, there was a dumb millennial. All we wanted to do was learn some stuff so we could grow. But we all